As I told you, what is the topic we are going to see today? The topic which we are going to see today is format of formal letter. Now, you can have your English classwork notebook in hand. You are supposed to have your English classwork notebook in hand. Give today's date. Give the heading as letter writing. Side heading format of formal letter. And you are going to take down the points one after the other. Before listening to this video, have a clear view of what is told in previous video. You will get a clear understanding. I have told you there regarding the test. So go through the previous video, then view this. I could find maximum people, you are directly going into the second link to get the idea of what is happening. That should never happen, children. If 2 video links are sent to you, you should view both the video links in a careful way. The teacher would say something over there. You are not listening to that and you are coming with n number of questions in WhatsApp group. That never sounds good, no? So go through the video carefully to get a good understanding. Today we are going to learn format of formal letter. These are the things which should be practiced in your letter. I will give you I'm going to give you in point wise sender's address, date, receiver's designation and address, subject of the letter, salutation and complimentary clause. These are the 6 items that should be present in your formal letter. What are the 6 items? Sender's address, date, receiver's designation and address, followed by that subject of the letter. Next comes salutation. Salutation means respected sir or ma'am. Finally, you have complimentary clause. I'll wait for some time over here. You can make a hint of it in your classwork notebook, and when you write it neatly, children. Don't just scribble in your classwork notebook, write it neatly. What is the first thing? Sender's address. What you are going to write in sender's address? Write sender's address. If you are going to be the sender, write your name and address over there. And if you are going to write your exams in board examination, if you are going to write this letter in board examination, don't write your name here. For time's sake, since you are in 8th standard, you are going to write in your composition notebook, you can write your name here. But when it comes to the point of board examination, this is very important. Never put your name here. Write sender's address. You have to write your address because you are the sender. Next comes date. The date appears directly below the address after leaving a line. So where should the date come? Next to sender's address, to the left margin. Are you clear? To your left margin. No thing should be taken to right side. Everything should be with the left margin. You will draw a margin, no? So things should follow there. To the left margin, after the sender's address, leave a line. Leave a line and write the date. Followed by date, what you will write? Receiver's designation and address. If you are going to write it to the principal sir, you can just address principal of which school you have to write. Or if you are going to write it to the editorial of some newspapers, editors of some newspapers, you have to write editor of which newspaper you should mention. Be clear with the designation and address. Next comes subject of the letter. What comes first? Sender's address. Followed by that, leave a line and write date. Next to that, leave a line and write receiver's address. Next, you are going to leave a line and you are going to write subject of the letter. If you are going to write it in your unruled notebook, just give some space. Next, you have to write subject of the letter. And what is the thing I have given over here? Subject statement should not be lengthy. Subject should not go for 3 or 4 lines. That is not needed. Subject should be short and crisp over there. Subject should be short and crisp in a line. Subject should be in a line. Regarding what? Next comes salutation. What is called salutation, children? Yeah, the way you greet them is called salutation. You will write respected sir or madam, or dear sir or madam. You will just greet them, no? That is called salutation. Are you clear with this salutation? After subject only you are going to write salutation. The last section, the last part of the letter is complimentary clause. What is this complimentary clause? Have you come across a word called complimentary clause in your previous class? No, ma'am. Okay. Complimentary clause is nothing but you are going to give here, you will be giving yours friendly, yours truly. That is called complimentary clause, children. Salutation is greeting. Complimentary clause is you will give a compliment there and you will close. Yours truly, yours friendly, and yours faithfully. Things like that. That will come under complimentary clause. Now I have given you the 6 points to have in your mind while you write a formal letter. What is the first point? Sender's address. Next comes date. Followed by that you will have receiver's designation and address. Next to that you have subject, salutation and complimentary clause. Have you taken down all the 6 points in your notebook, children? Yes, good. Come to the next thing. Here I have some important steps to be followed. What is the first important step? Whole content of the letter to be with the left margin. Whole content. As I told you already, you will have a margin to the left side. Whole content of the letter should be taken to the left margin. Nothing should be with the right side. Whole content of the letter to the left margin. This is a very important point. Have it in your mind. Whole content to the left margin. Next we are going to discuss something about the body of the letter. What we are going to discuss? Body of the letter. In body of the letter, we have 3 important things. You have to introduce why you are writing the letter. You have to introduce why you are writing the letter. Next, you have to convey your message in the informative paragraph. What you have to do? You have to convey your message in the informative paragraph. And last comes conclusion. Now I'll give you some ideas how this should look like. Introduction. What this introduction should contain? Introduction should contain, it describes the purpose of writing. It describes the purpose of writing. Just have a look at all these 3 things. Informative para conveys the message. Conclusion ending with a hope. Have a look at it. I'll give you some examples. Come to the introduction part now. How you can start the introduction part? If you are going to write it for a newspaper, you have to start like this. Through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I wish to draw your attention. I wish to draw your attention through the columns of your esteemed newspaper. I wish to draw your attention through the columns of your esteemed newspaper. Or if you are going to write it to like municipality or the corporation office, I wish to express my views about. If you are going to write your letter to the corporation, to the municipality regarding the sanitary condition, you can write like this. I wish to express my views about. Or if you are going to write to like a sports personality or some other one, I want to share my concern about. So these 3 are different introductory lines in different letters. Whichever you wish to fix for your letter, you can have it. Just I am giving you this as an example how to start your letter. These are some examples how you can start your letter. Next, informative paragraph. I told you 3 things now. What are the 3 things? Introductory part, informative para and conclusion. I told you how to go on with the introductory part of it. Next is informative para. What you are going to do in informative para? Informative para is going to convey the message over there. There you are going to discuss the problem or you are going to express your concern. What you are going to do? There you are going to discuss the problem or you are going to explain your concern. You are going to express your concern. And it should be highlighted. What is your concern? What is the problem? That should be highlighted in the paragraph. Am I clear, children? The problem to be discussed or the concern should be expressed. This should be there in informative para. And when it comes to conclusion, how you should give a concluding part of it, how you should make a concluding part of it. I hope to get a positive reply from you. Looking forward for your reply. My sincere belief is that it can have various forms like this. It is not for the same letter, children. Be careful. It is not for the same letter. Your conclusion part can be like this. It can have a wordings like this or like this or like this. I would be grateful to you. It can be in any ways or you can go with your own words of conclusion. I have given you some examples over here. Don't write everything there in the conclusion paragraph. I have given you 4 examples. You can opt any one sentence to conclude your letter. Is it clear for everyone? Now, when you do the complimentary clause, you have to be very careful. Yours sincerely, yours faithfully, truly. Never use apostrophe for yours. What you have to do? Don't use apostrophe for yours. And this Y should be in capital letter. Y should be in capital letter. 2 things you have to be very careful. Yours should not have apostrophe and Y should be in capital letter. This is regarding the complimentary clause. 2 important points to have in your mind. The whole letter should be with the left margin and this complimentary clause yours without apostrophe. If you are going to give apostrophe in your letter writing, I will strike out the full letter and I will mark you 0. I will start doing this from 8th standard onwards. Be careful, Y in capital letter and there should be no apostrophe for yours. Now I have given you a sample letter for reference. You can note down. As I told you, this is the, what is this? This is the address. The sender's address, date, the receiver's address. Just ignore this date. The receiver's address, subject, salutation, 3 paragraphs, introductory paragraph, informative paragraph, conclusion, complimentary clause. Are you clear with things? Sender's address, date. This is the receiver's address. Just ignore this date. Strike out this date, children. Strike out this date. Subject, salutation, introductory paragraph, informative paragraph, conclusion paragraph. Finally, what comes here? Complimentary clause. Go through this sample letter and you can also recall the format which I have given for formal letter. With all these ideas, you have to get ready to write a formal letter. I'll give you a question through FlipLearn app. Okay, you have all installed FlipLearn app now. I have given you a question over there. Now you are going to write a formal letter with the topic which I am going to give you. Are you clear with the format of formal letter? Will you do so as I have insisted you here? And I hope so all my children will follow the same ideas which is given to you. Thank you children. Meet you in next session. Bye bye.